Good evening. It is Friday night, 10:30-ish, and it is another episode of Wrestling Talk and Randomness, episode number 33, with your hosts, Hank312, who is conspicuously not here this evening, and me, Incidental Nerd. How's it going this evening, ladies and gentlemen? We'll just wait a few minutes and let some people stroll on into the room. We'll start talking about some wrestling, talk about these super cool giveaways that we've been pumping for the last several weeks, thanks to Tribe 3 Productions. And we'll talk about lots of stuff. And intern over there is she's gonna help me out tonight.
Hello.
How you doing, intern?
Not bad.
How was your week in wrestling?
How was my week in wrestling?
Yes.
Excited to hear that Lucha Underground's gonna have a second season.
Yes. Lucha Underground Season 2 coming your way. I don't know how. Can you look that up? Is it going to be on the El Rey Network?
Yes.
It is going to be on the El Rey
They're
Network.
gonna start filming soon, and then they'll sometime in the beginning of 2016 for the second season.
Excellent. So that's great news because Lucha Underground is a new wrestling product that brings new and exciting matches week in and week out when it's on. And really enjoyable. Brings some guys that you might have loved from WWE, Ring of Honor, TNA, and slap it all together, throw in a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for here? What kind of soap opera is it? Novella. Throw in a little bit of a novella with your wrestling, and that's what you got. You got Lucha Underground. And it's masked wrestling. What's not to love about that?
Very true.
As Stone Cold Steve Austin will say, take a drink of water for the working man. This week we had a lot of stuff go on. We had Night of Champions. Quite a few new champions got crowned. We had all sorts of craziness on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. See some, what up, regulator? How you doing this evening? What kind of wrestling have you been enjoying? I think I'm going to open up the conversation first by talking about Night of Champions. Because that was essentially the first Strange Life. HCH. Had a great match this week on Ring of Honor, man. I missed you guys last week. I was on in spirit and I watched, but I missed participating, being in front of the camera, and looking at all your bright and smiley faces through the camera. So it's good to be back.
No sense.
Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do? Justice Fury 020, how are you this evening? Goosevet 33, how's it going? How was everybody's wrestling week? And we're just gonna ignore the absence of Hank 312 right now. He had some other obligations this evening, so he's with us right here in spirit. So, Night of Champions, we had a Kevin Owens botch back match, which thank God Ryback doesn't have the strap anymore.
All that 1-inch punch, that's it.
Thanks, Strange Life. It was my birthday this week. I turned 39 years young. Gilman, how you doing? Maybe you'll be my sidekick for the night. I definitely know Strange Life is gonna hang out for a while. Yeah, I lost my sidekick. I like to think that I'm more his sidekick, so we'll see how this goes. So yeah, I was just talking about the Kevin Owens Ryback match, which was a match.
Mediocre.
It was. Overall, I give Night of Champions a B-. I didn't really think it was a great pay-per-view. There's been a string of bad pay-per-views, which is really unfortunate. I don't know what's really going on in the business right now.
Following have always been very good.
Very true, very true. The Raws after the pay-per-views are better than the pay-per-views themselves. I don't know what's up with that. There was an announcement on Night of Champions about, what are they calling it? Lesnar's Tour to Hell?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Regulator, I have to agree with you. Raw's the high point of the week most of the time. Mike Frank, how you doing this evening? You know, if Henry was here, he'd be like, hey, Frank the Clown. But he's not here, so I have to do it for him. I know you're not Frank the Clown, but what up, Mike Frank? Thanks for joining me this evening. I shouldn't say me, I should say us, because intern's right over there. She's keeping the authority in place, making sure everything runs smoothly. Strange Life, what do you got to say? Ryback made KO look bad, but now Ryback is not champ. Better matches now. For sure, for sure. Ryback had no business with the strap to begin with. We've said it before on our show. I really feel like Ryback's IC title run was given to him because of what happened with CM Punk and how Ryback stood along the company when that happened.
You really think so?
I really do. Because purely based on talent, it's not there. It's just not there. I will admit that Ryback is like really over with the kids. Like even our nephews, like they didn't even know who Ryback was, and we were watching WrestleMania with them, and they went berserk. Like during the Andre the Giant over the top rope, they went freaking berserk. I was like, who's gonna win this match? The blue guy, Ryback, because he's just this big guy. Mike Frank, I've been encouraging intern to come on the cam, but she's a little bit shy, so she's gonna stay over there and man the laptop and do my research for me. Where's Yokozuna? Yokozuna's probably buried somewhere on the Isle of Samoa. Now, I know you're talking about my good friend Henry, but I'm going to just be cocky about that. And he's not here tonight. He is celebrating a family member's 21st birthday, so he's probably having a few. So good for him. Good for him. Back to the Lesnar tour. So it starts off. Is it this coming Saturday? I think.
Yeah.
This coming Saturday, Lesnar's going to, for some reason, wrestle Big Show. Right out of our dreams from, 1998, maybe 2002. That's awesome. Not really. Regulator says, I want Kane to take me to hell. Dude, that was a great moment. I've always been a mark for The Undertaker and Kane doing that. You know, it's like... And then you think about it, in reality, these are like, even... Seth Rollins may not look like he's a big guy up against someone like Kane, but he's still like 6'1", 6'2", probably about 220. He's a big dude. And you got these two big dudes hanging out under the stage with that smoke. Like are they swapping the smoke machine back and forth? Here, it's your turn. Here you go. And are there trap doors under the ring? What's going on? How does Kane hang out underneath there, or the Undertaker hang out under there, or are they just freaking getting in from some trapdoor or something? I want to know. Does anybody know? Mike Frank, I haven't watched Trainwreck yet. I want to. Haven't had a chance to. I was on a flight back from Portland on Sunday. I was really hoping it was going to be one of the movies that was available to us, but instead we ended up watching Fast and Furious 7, which I thought was pretty good and a nice nod to, oh gosh, I'm going to forget the guy's name. Somebody out there help me. Paul Walker. So, we had several new champions on Night of Champions, which included, woo! Charlotte Flair taking that strap off of Nikki Bella 1 week too late. Unfortunately, Nikki got that title record, but now we finally have a well-represented women's champion. Justice Fury asks, oh my god, Nico, did you see WWE 2K16? It looks good. A new trailer. I haven't seen the new trailer yet, but everything I've seen for 2K16 looks fantastic. I think I'm going to enjoy it very much. Goosefett says Trapdoor saw it at a Memphis event. Nice. Is that where you're from, Goosefett? Are you from Memphis? I know there's a lot of wrestling down there. I know Lawler's got his own promotion down there. Or at least he used to. I'm not sure if it's still going on.
What about the Paige's heel turn? You called that one.
Oh, I called that before they got into the ring.
Mm-hmm.
It was the obvious thing to do. Strange Life says, I love the Paige heel turn and just giving it to the whole division. Yeah, you know, they brought in all these new women from NXT, and they put them in these nice little groups to be together, but it can't last. And so I like that Charlotte and Becky Lynch are still together. I am waiting for Team Bad to break up because they don't need to be together. They don't have a tag division, and they don't have enough women in the division to have a tag division. So they just need to break those factions up. You want to keep the Bellas together, keep the Bellas together. You want to keep Charlotte and Becky together, keep them together. But you don't need just 3 factions in one division with no other wrestlers. I also was really happy to see Natty back this week. Although she did get a little insulted by Paige. I think Intern was telling me earlier that the whole slap that Natty took from Paige was because when Paige took her heel turn on Monday, people were happy with her. They were cheering her still. And, you know, they didn't like that very much, so they had her slap Natty. Because who wants to see somebody slap Natty? She's just a nice cat lady. Goosefett said, yep, he still wrestles down here too. Damn, Lawler's still wrestling? Man, I think after the heart attack, he needs to stop.
I would have liked to see Sasha with the belt. Hopefully that'll come up soon.
Regulator says that Diva belt looks ridiculous. It does. I am hoping that with Charlotte being the champion now, that we're going to get a real women's belt. I would love to see the women's championship that was in the WWE for so long. Have that. Goosefett. I mean, I think Sasha's on her way, but of all the new women that are in the women's division, I really think Charlotte's the most talented. Sasha, on the other hand, has the highest ceiling because she's so young. She's like 22 years old, and she's phenomenal already. We've talked about it on the show before. The top, 3 women's matches that I've ever seen. And I'm a Lita fan. I love Lita. I will talk about Lita for hours. But the top 3 women's matches that I have ever seen, the common denominator in all 3 was Sasha Banks. So she's phenomenal, and she's going to only get better. I think that this 30-minute Iron Man match that they got coming up at TakeOver is going to be awesome because I love me some Bayley. Bayley can throw down too. So you got 2 strong women who can throw down, and they're going to put on a 30-minute match. That's going to be awesome. Strange Life's asking, do you know anything about the new NXT chick? Well, there's several. Are you talking about Asuka, she was Kana in New Japan, and then
wrestled for 15 years.
She's a long-time wrestler. She's a stiff Japanese style wrestler. So I'm really looking forward to seeing her in the ring. I'm really looking forward to seeing her beat Dana Brooke's ass. Is what I'm really looking forward to. Then you've got Athena, who is an indie wrestler. I know she's wrestled here several times. Hank has seen her. He's had some good things to say about her. I've watched a couple videos. She looks very athletic, so I'm looking forward to her as well. You got Nia Jax, who happens to be another member of that giant Samoan family. She's The Rock and Roman Reigns and the Usos' cousin. And so we really haven't seen much of her. She has a very similar look to Tamina Snuka. Although she's a bit thicker, she looks like she's going to be a powerhouse. So that should be interesting as well. XSnow313, that's a wonderful opinion you got there. And thanks for joining a show that is called Wrestling Talking Randomness to tell me that it sucks. And that I'm a bitch. Because sometimes I am.
Someone bored.
Justice Fury says, hopefully someday the Divas will get a new belt. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to happen more sooner than later. At least that's what I'm hoping. Rob Fan, it is fake, isn't it? Do me a favor. Turn on your computer, or maybe you're sitting at your computer right now. Open another web browser. Go to YouTube. Type in Wrestling Isn't Wrestling. Watch yourself that video, and it will tell you all you need to know about how fake wrestling is. That's all I really got to say about that one. We had another new champion from Night of Champions. Was this man right here, John Cena. How many kiddies we got out there who love him? How many? Come on, I know we got some Cena fans out there. Goosefett's asking, you think Sting is done? From what I've heard, I mean, I don't know about you guys, what you've heard out there, but I read that Sting said that when he took that, I don't know what they call it, it's a shoulder bomb or something like that. When he took that move, he felt numbness up and down his arms. Blue Blazer, how are you doing this evening? I love that you're resurrecting. Southside G94, the other dude is not with me this evening. He will be back next week. Promise you that. Until then, I'm too sweeting myself. Thanks, Justice Fury. I appreciate it. So back to the Sting talk for a second. Like I said, Sting had numbness up and down both of his arms. He said it was very scary, but he continued on with the match. And then, if you notice, towards the end of the match, he had a trip, he fell, he just stumbled, and his legs gave out. And that numbness went down from his arms down into his legs as well. So, big props for 56-year-old man to take the hits that he took and still finish that match, and the match looked good. It didn't look like he was like he was hurt that way. A lot of people were speculating that he was hurt, but it was still a good finish. Props to Seth Rollins for a win. You know, props to welcome back to Kane. We'll have to talk about that in a second. Regulator says maybe it's just me, but I hate all these 3-man woman teams. New Day started it. Me no happy. I didn't like New Day when they came out originally because I knew they were destined for a heel turn. But I don't care that I would rather them not be champions, honestly. But they're extremely entertaining. All 3 of those guys can go. They're all good on the mic. They're coming up with some interesting things. I mean, freaking Xavier Woods came down to ringside dressed as Rufio from Hook at Night of Champions. What more could you ask for? That was hilarious.
I think with the amount of wrestlers that they have and so many stuck in the mid-card, it might not be a bad idea to have 2 more 3-man tag teams and have a belt with that.
Like a triples, like the Luchas have.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that. I would be down for that. Strange Life was asking what I thought was a prime age for a wrestler. I think it depends, man, because there are some guys that they just hit it from get-go. What's up, Mr. Showtime? Thanks for joining us this evening. There are guys that just straight up get it from a young age, and then there's other guys that then don't hit until later. I mean, a perfect example is Diamond Dallas Page didn't win his first championship until he was like 43. Like he was not wrestling until I think he was in his 40s. Might have started when he was like 37 or something like that, but he was still pretty old. What do we got here? You could tell on the Deathlock. Oh yeah, he couldn't handle it. He couldn't do anything. You're talking about Sting. At that point, you knew he was seriously hurt. Southside G94. Why didn't you go to Night of Champions, man? If you're there in Houston, you should have checked it out. I mean, as we were talking about, we had the return of the Demon's, what is it? The Devil's favorite son? The Devil's favorite demon?
Yeah.
Kane returned. The masked Kane. The Kane we all wanted back is back. And then Corporate Kane returned on Monday.
Yeah, I was frustrated with that at first, and now I think it's kind of funny what they're doing.
I love the split personality thing. It is. It really is. Regulator says intern had a good point, but it just seems excessive and not special anymore.
True.
Sure, but you know, I think what she's saying about having a I don't know what you would call it, a triple tag titles would give more guys more opportunities, because you're right, they seem to be leaning towards you have Stardust now with the Ascension, which is a cool, like the Cosmic Wasteland is an awesome name. And it was a way to kind of revive the Ascension because they had been buried. So I mean, that was nice to see. So maybe that's something that they're heading towards. I don't know. Big Bad John 19, how are you this evening? It has been a while since you've been on. Welcome back. I wish I could have Henry welcome you back as well, but he's not here this evening. So he is here with us in spirit. Strange Life, you're saying Sting took that bump from the TV monitor on the back of his... Oh, yes, he did. And then he had a monitor go like this, and bam, right, smack him right back up again. WWE Stigma 15, how's it going? And Smoke Monkey, thanks for joining us this evening. Mr. Hank is not here this evening. He had some family thing to take care of. So he'll be back next week. In the meantime, yours truly is here with everyone's favorite intern by my side. Mr. Showtime 8181, I'm just going to call you Showtime, brother. Taker's WrestleMania 32 opponent down to Cena, Rollins, Strowman. Thoughts? Whoo! I don't like any of it, to be honest with you. Dream booking for me, WrestleMania 32 is Taker and Kane's last match. I know it's not going to be that way, but I feel like that would be the greatest way for them to go out against each other. Taker goes over, the lights hit, it goes black in the stadium, the lights go back up, they're on the stage together, they both do this, and they walk off into the sunset. It'd be beautiful.
I just remembered something when we were talking about the three-man tags or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
They were also talking about having Torito join the Dudleys because the other team's getting a repackage. But
right.
They also talked about possibly bringing back Spike Dudley from ECW to join them.
Whoo! Bring him back just for fun.
Yeah.
Bring Spike Dudley back. Where is he? Strange Life says supposedly the main event of the Mexico live event is Kane Undertaker versus Luke and Strowman.
Yeah.
All right, I heard that the Brothers of Destruction were going to be back together, so that would be interesting. Rollins told everyone what was going to happen before it did. He talked too much, but he had to. Okay, all right. What did he tell everybody? Oh, Showtime, I'm waiting for that soft, baby. You better let me know who's soft this week. Southside G94 says, rumor has it Stone Cold might fight Lesnar at WrestleMania 32.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I have heard that as well. I have heard that it is down to 4 men that could possibly be wrestling Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? The Rock, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, or Stone Cold Steve Austin? Of those 4 men, I would love to see Stone Cold against Lesnar. I think Stone Cold, I know he's in shape for it. I would love to see that. We've already seen Rollins versus Lesnar. We've already seen Reigns versus Lesnar. I think that Reigns is going to be on a different path at that point. So we'll see what happens. But of all of those, if I had to choose between any of them, I would love to see Austin. Yeah, Stigma, I saw that he shut that shit down, but actually, more recently, there's a possibility. Rebel Oneer, Hook, what's up, brother? What is going on? Regulator, you could hear every call he made because Sting was out of it. Wow, I didn't notice that. Did you notice that, intern?
No, now I gotta rewatch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that match. Will Rollins still have the belt at Royal Rumble? Oh, Strange Life. That's a good question, man. I doubt it. I think that Reigns is destined to have that belt within the next 6 months. That's what I see happening. It might still be too soon. Showtime, you say. Stone Cold said, hell no on Twitter today. All right. Going back to that Stone Cold Paul Heyman podcast that was live on the network, that was the end of that where Heyman mentioned Stone Cold versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. That shit got serious. It got real for a second. So, I don't know. I think if you throw Stone Cold enough money and he's a huge draw, you might just see it happen. And by the way, October 19th, Stone Cold, Ric Flair, Lesnar, Undertaker, and I'm forgetting somebody. There's one more.
HBK?
And HBK. How could I forget Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, seriously.
Wow. I am not a sexy boy this evening. All going to be at Raw, October 19th. Blue Blazer says, really though, HBK is my favorite wrestler of all time.
Me too.
Same as intern. Bloody Cross 88, you're asking where Hank's at. Hank is right here in this picture. He's not joining us this evening. He's got a family member that turned 21, has come into town, and he's taking him out on the town. So maybe some of y'all that are going out this evening, if you're in Chicago, you might run into him. Showtimes says Rollins will break Punk's record. Rollins will break Punk's record. I heard that was tagged for Reigns.
Yeah, that was what I heard as well.
That's what I've heard, but I don't know. I would be, I guess I would be all right with that. Rollins is super talented. I don't like his tactics, like his character's tactics, but just from the standpoint of what he does in the ring, I can't argue with that. Yeah, that's right. Lesnar is going to be on Stone Cold's podcast, which I think is adding a little fuel to the fire. We'll see what happens and what they talk about. I know they're tight. Southside G994. He's not going to say yes if he is or not. All right, we'll see. Justice Furry is a big fan of HBK too. Blue Blazer, I don't like to get into the conversation of hottest diva, greatest ass, nicest tits. I don't like to really get into that. I prefer to stick to the wrestling. I will tell you that I had a major crush on Lita. I not even had. I have a major crush on Lita. I think that's the only crush I'm allowed to have, or else intern will knock me out.
I like Strange Races. $100 that Samoa Joe turns down to pin at the main event. I feel it coming too.
No doubt that's coming. Samoa Joe wants that belt. I mean, there's no doubt that there's a turn there. And Joe's better as a heel, in my opinion. And not even a heel. Like that Randy Orton type character that people still love him, but he's a bad guy. Like, there's a difference between a heel where everybody's just, the heat is all on him, they're booing him and stuff, and then just guys that are just bad guys. Regulator says, I want Hillbilly Jim to kill Brown Snowman. Hillbilly Beard for life. Brown Snowman. That's actually quite funny. I give it to you, Regulator.
Asking about Dean.
Right.
Ambrose. I'd like to see it, or at least the U.S. title.
I
don't know.
Well, he has had the U.S. title. He had it while he was in the Shield. I think Dean Ambrose is stuck in the same loop that Dolph Ziggler is in, and Ziggler has been world champion, so I wouldn't completely count it out, but I don't see it anytime soon. Showtime said they decided not to push Eva Marie in NXT. Are you serious?
I hope not. She's not ready.
Yes, she needs more work. She is an attractive young lady. I can understand why they want to put a push behind her, but she cannot handle herself in the ring. And the thing is the talented women wrestlers, people like Becky Lynch and Charlotte and Bayley and Sasha, one of those girls going up against Ava is gonna get hurt because of her, and I can't see that happen. That would suck.
A lot of it is lack of confidence on her part. So she's too slow on her moves. She's not comfortable with it, and it's not helping.
Bloody Cross. He said, "Here comes that heat," but Ava's last match wasn't that bad. That's like saying that, I don't know. Oh, Ryback's last match wasn't that bad. It was still bad. I love the chant, all botch everything during NXT, because she botches so much. Like 2 weeks ago, she was supposed to kick out, and she didn't kick out in time. She needs more work. That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to hate on her. I'm just going to say she needs more work. Zodiac Dragon 83. It has been a while. Welcome back. Showtime, did you catch the JBL Bischoff interview? I have not seen it yet, but I want to check it out. I never really cared for Eric Bischoff, but when Hank and I went to the Dreamwave show that we went to in LaSalle, Illinois, what up, Dreamwave? Eric Bischoff was there, and he gave a speech, and it was really heartfelt. And I saw beyond the character of Eric Bischoff into the guy who loves wrestling. So I'm gonna check that out. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Yeah, take her on Austin's podcast in November. That's gonna be awesome for his 25th anniversary. WWE Stigma 15. Eva Marie is a cool person when I met her, but I agree. No, I'm not trying to say anything bad about the woman. I'm just saying she needs more work. Showtime here. That's what I was saying. Ryback, I don't know why he had the IC championship, because he really he underperformed. Let's call it that. He botches a lot, and it's scary. Stigma, she's not ready. You're absolutely right. Ava Marie is not ready. Blue Blazer says, was Brian Pillman or myself murdered? I'm going to give you a big hell no to both of those questions there. I don't think Owen was murdered. It was an accident. Brian Pillman, was that suicide? Pretty sure Pillman was a suicide. Yeah, way to take the show down there, Blue Blazer. just kidding. Southside G94. I can't wait for Finn Balor to make it. Oh man, that's exciting. It's really exciting, but like they got to keep Finn down there right now because he's the biggest thing that they've got. I am anxiously waiting Hideo Itame's return because that Finn versus Hideo is gonna be amazing. Crazy Ratchet, I will give you your woo, and I will see you a woo for Charlotte and Ric Flair, and what the hell, we'll give one for Sting too. Woo! Strange Life says Total Divas is getting juicy as hell. Ziggler, Nikki Angle. They've been propping that all season, and next week is the season finale, and that's when it's gonna hit. What the heck? Hashtag guilty pleasure. Trick Shots Loan. Did you hear about Jimmy Snuka killing his girlfriend back in the 80s? Yeah. And I think the sentencing has been held off.
Yes, because he's
sick.
He is sick.
He's got stomach cancer. I don't see him ever doing any jail time, but it's really sad. It's really sad. Goose Vet, sorry. Cesaro is just there. Should have got the IC belt. Yeah, you know, Cesaro is the same in that same category, I think, as Ambrose, Ziggler. There's a ton of mid-card talent that a lot of them belong in the main events, but they want to stick to the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, their creative is just messing things up. They're in a rut. They're not coming up with anything good.
You know, I've got a message for Vince McMahon. I don't know if Vince McMahon is with us this evening, but I have a message for him because I heard that Vince is pissed off that his ratings are going down. Hey Vince, I'm a wrestling fan, have been for over 30 years. I'm talking to a bunch of people that are wrestling fans. I'm married to a wrestling fan. I sit here every Friday night talking to wrestling fans. We have so many good ideas of what you could be doing with your show, and you've got this creative that is stuck in something from the 80s and 90s, feeding us over and over, giving us the same old matches over and over. Get inventive, please.
If I see one more Sheamus and Orton match, I'm gonna just stop watching forever.
Yeah, and that's all you get.
They must have wrestled each other about 100 times.
Oh, it must have been. Showtime says Zayn KO IC title. Oh, I love it. It's Hank's theory that what's going to happen with that is that Zayn is going to make his return at the Royal Rumble, and he is going to screw Kevin Owens out of the title. Not out of the title, out of the Royal Rumble win. Which I'd like to see. That would be interesting. Regulator says, is security lacking at events, or are people just getting more crazy? I think it's both. I think what you saw was, the earliest one I can remember of this was when those people jumped the rails in England, and they did a couple of moves in the ring, and everybody cheered for them. And it seems like since then, it's just been relentless with people trying to get involved in the show. So people need to calm the hell down. But Vince needs to invest in some security as well. Or just more security.
Yeah, because they've been pretty lucky that nobody's been trying to hurt anybody yet. You know, on TV.
Yeah. Strange Life said, Cena reversing the frog splash like nothing really pisses me off and disrespects Eddie. Man, and you know what? Rollins has got a great frog splash. But it's LOL Cena, I win. You know what I mean? Like, Cena's always got to come off looking strong no matter what. And we've talked about it here. I'm not going to hate on Cena because he's put the work in, but I see what you're saying. As the frog splash, anytime you see somebody do a frog splash, that's who you're thinking of. You're thinking of Eddie Guerrero, and that might be a little disrespectful. What do we got here? Goosefett says they have the roster to go back to the Attitude Era.
Yeah, but they're forcing too much stuff already. They would force that, and it would just suck. It would not be organically is the word.
That's what I was. Yeah. That's one of the comments that I hear probably the most on this show is that, you know, bring back the Attitude Era. But the Attitude Era was born out of first competition. There was WCW and there was WWF, and also there was a new crop of talent in the WWF. Guys like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Razor Ramon, Kevin Nash, these great talent. Even Bret Hart. I mean, Bret Hart got pushed out of the Attitude Era, really. Stone Cold, The Rock. You can name tons and tons. Eventually the Hardys and Edge and Christian. But you had all of this young talent coming up all at one time, and there was this competition with WCW that was really intense. And that's what really made the Attitude Era what it was. And unless you have some competition or something that causes something to organically progress and push creative, you can't just snap a finger and reactivate the Attitude Era.
Big Fat John had made a comment. He said NXT 2016 is going to be crazy. We get Aries, Styles, and Lethal. I thought Lethal said there was no way he was coming this way.
Lethal said
enough money. Is that what he said?
Lethal said that he is honored that his name's being tossed around, but we'll see what happens.
I wouldn't want any of them to come because they'll just get lost in the mid-card because their creative is so bad. We're not going to see anything good out of them.
Well, the hope would be that they don't. So it would be something different, and so and that's what we're looking for. I got to take a little break from the comments to make a couple comments myself. Comments about our buddies at Tribe 3 Productions. And I know this is going to sound like a commercial, but it really isn't. It's our boys, Tribe 3 Production. They came out, they interviewed me, they interviewed Hank, they talked to the intern, and they've been kind enough to sponsor us for a few giveaways. The first one you guys already know about. We've got Mr. Daniel Bryan right here and John Cena right here. And we announced the contest last week. We put up a couple pictures on our Facebook and on Twitter and asked you guys to caption the pictures. We got a pretty lukewarm response. So what we're happy to do is we're going to extend the contest until next Friday. So on next Friday's show, we will be announcing who the winners of the Daniel Bryan figure and the John Cena figure are. So if you haven't already gone to our Facebook page, which is Wrestling Talk and Randomness on Facebook, you can go there. You'll see the pictures. You can leave a caption. We'd also love for you to go and check out Tribe 3 Productions on Facebook as well. They're also on Twitter. You can give them a follow. They're a production company in the Chicagoland area. They do a lot of cons. They've done some great stuff with the Walking Dead collection. And it was founded by one of my buddies from grade school. His name is Adrian. And as we progress, they're going to do a few more. They're going to do a few more giveaways for us. I didn't sell out. I bought in. They're going to do a few more giveaways for us. And Adrian's actually going to come on the show and talk wrestling with us right before Hell in a Cell. So give us some likes and do some captioning for us. I'll actually throw up one of the pictures right now so y'all can see what I'm talking about. If you don't have Facebook, you can always find us on Twitter. And intern, you want to read some stuff that's going on while I do that?
I think I'm frozen because I didn't see anything new yet. Oh, I'm definitely frozen.
Well, that stinks. Intern's frozen. Goosebutt says, you right, because TNA and that BS takeover was lame.
It sure was.
Yeah, that was extremely lame.
They're still fighting, and they have put together some good matches, but I know they have been Callaway and EC3 going at it, and they've done a pretty good build-up for it, so that might be pretty good, but...
Well, Callaway and EC3 are talented guys, but it's just TNA doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So this picture right here of John Cena seeming to be begging Nikki for something, we really don't know what. We'd like you to caption this, and that is how you will win this exclusive Elite John Cena figure. So you'll find that on our Twitter. You can put it up on our Twitter at Hank312 or Incidental Nerd, or drop us a line on Facebook. So Showtime, I couldn't agree with you more. And I'm gonna even stand up for this one, so I'm gonna get into the banners here, and you can see my Too Sweet Me shirt, because WWE Creative, we've got one word for you, and I'm gonna spell it out. SAWFT. Soft. Fire the whole creative team. That's all I'm saying. Good call, Showtime. Good call. Southside G94 says, does your wife show herself, or you just want to not feed trolls? My wife has been caught on camera a couple times, but she prefers to say off screen, because all that goodness is for me.
Ah! Oh, sorry.
Justice Fury 020. Goldberg mic drop? Did Goldberg do a mic drop? Bat Brownie, I was actually talking about that with intern earlier. I feel the same way. A lot of people like to talk about John Cena's 5 moves of doom. I don't even think Goldberg had 5 moves.
I still like to watch them because they had fairly good storylines that they threw him into. He was big and dominating and crush, and then that was it. Sometimes
we're all open to our own opinions. Ed O'Bradovich, 87. Must be a local man. You can get these awesome figures right here by going on our Facebook page, finding the contest, which we will continue to post the contests, and whoever has the best captions will win.
Shane O'Mag, double points. Yeah, I love Shane O'Mag.
Strange Life says, I keep forgetting to thank you guys for the shout out in the tribe interview. Really appreciate it. Hey, Strange Life, man, you've been around since day one, I think, right? I mean, pretty early on, you've been around, and you're a big props to Strange Life. He's the opposite of soft. We need something, and I don't want to say hard because that's just rude. But he's the opposite of soft because, you know, you're always contributing to our page. You're hitting us up on Twitter. You're hitting us up on Facebook. I feel like if I go out to California, I'm going to have to find your ass, and we're going to have to go have a beer. Southside G94 says, Jack Hammer is an impressive finisher. I will give you that. Look, Goldberg was an impressive, and probably still is, an impressive specimen, but when he Intern put it best earlier today, without we were arguing, not really, but we were having a spirited conversation, and she said that Goldberg is just slightly more polished than Ryback. And
much more likable.
Okay, and much more likable. Okay. Showtime, man. I think we gave you a shout out too on that interview because you've been around for a while too. They can't hear you. They want you to join.
How about I just move a little closer?
Move a little closer. Don't be shy. Trick Shots Lone says, bring back The Rock. He could help the creative team so much. Well, I think you're going to at least see The Rock at Mania. For sure. You'll see The Rock at Mania. But he's got so much going on. The guy's the top grossing actor in Hollywood right now. He's got a lot going on. So I don't know that he'll ever be coming back full time. So I did want to address, we were talking about the fans earlier, the craziness with the fans. The guy that ended up in the ring on Night of Champions, he got sentenced to 10 days in jail. He only served 3 and he's already out. And he made a comment on a wrestling podcast that when he jumped the rail, security got out of his way. So that's interesting. WWE Stigma says Goldberg is just shit. Man, I hate him with the passion. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to go that far. I don't hate the man. I'm just not a fan of his.
I will also say you are not a fan because you did not watch WCW.
I was not a big WCW follower. But what I saw of him, I didn't care for. Shane drops Mike from the Tron, though. Man, he did some shit, man. Showtime says, yeah, WTAR takeover. I would love it. DC4393, you trolling me, bro? Ryback rules?
I've only seen him have one good match.
I never seen him have a good match.
Well, it was only a good match because, who was it? Bray Wyatt?
But that's Bray.
That carried him, yes, and that was the only good match.
Southside, thank you. We appreciate it. We do try to keep it down to earth. We're at the heart of this show. We're just wrestling fans. That's why we started this. We don't get paid for it. That'd be cool if we did, but we don't. We just do it because we enjoy talking about wrestling, and we've got some friends that we've never met in person now. Because Strange Life, Smoke Monkey, Showtime, Yuki, you guys are all my Friday night friends. I get to sit and talk about something I've been passionate about since I was a little kid. It's a lot of fun.
Smoke Monkey brings, he was talking about Hulk Hogan. I was reading about that today. They are probably going to start putting up some of his stuff again. They're probably going to wait until more heat is off of him. They don't want to deal with him yet, but they are realizing that they can't. He's just too big for them.
Yeah, there's no way to erase him.
So they're probably going to start selling some of his stuff again, and then just hold out until everything dies down, and then maybe bring him back at one point. And they were saying that, you know how they were showing what was it, Raw? that they were showing some old footage, and you saw Hulk
Oh,
Hogan.
you can't get away from it.
They're saying that was intentional. They did that on purpose.
Okay. All right, man. Maybe Hogan paid the price, and he'll be back eventually. Showtime says I must have been sleeping for Ryback's one good match.
Listen, the wee hours of the night. No,
Southside G94, you are added to that list of my Friday night friends. And thank you for joining us, and continue to join us, because there's going to be more fun things happening. I'm going to bring up Tribe 3 Productions again, because there's been a lot of chatter, a lot of fun things. We're hoping that we can start doing some, I know you're not all from Chicago, some of you guys are, but we're hoping that we're going to start doing some live pay-per-views at some locations where we can just go out and meet up and watch the pay-per-views together and shoot the shit. Because I think it would be a lot of fun. Regulator says, why doesn't your show soundtrack include Grab Them Cakes? You know what? I'm actually not familiar with that song. If you want to enlighten me, I'd be happy to hear it. Strange Life says, Ryback's only good match is his face and my ass. It's awful, Strange Life. Man, it's awful that you got an ass that looks like Ryback. I feel sorry for you. Don't get me started on Seth Rollins, says Sky Power. Get started, man. Get started on Seth Rollins. What you got? Noodles says Ryback sucks. Ask CM Punk. Oh, that was a problem right there. Glenn Fisher, man, how's it going? Yeah, Hank ain't with us this evening. He had some family obligations, so I'm rolling solo. Well, not solo. I had my intern with me, my illustrious wife, who's helping me with the show this evening. Stigma, you've been around too. We got so many people. DC4393 says, I'm from Chicago. You are? Brother, that's what it says right here on my hat. I'll turn it around so you can see. That's a Chicago Cubs hat. Cubby's about to clinch a playoff berth, too. Marv Taj 2014 says, Nico, do you know there's a wrestling quiz on Stream Sunday? No, I did not know that. That sounds pretty cool. Southside G94 says, when the glass breaks on Stone Cold's entrance song, I get hyped. Dude, for real. I mean, anybody of a fan of that era is going to feel that way. Regulator, brutal, man. It's the Junkyard Dog's masterpiece. Rest in peace. I guess I'm old as dirt. No, man, I'm old enough to remember Junkyard Dog, and I love Junkyard Dog. I just didn't remember that. Intern, could you make a note for me that we need to get JYD's music up in here?
Oh, for sure.
Thank you. I know, because Intern is a huge JYD fan.
I love that guy.
Anyone remember Boogeyman? Boogeyman's been back and forth and left and right. We love the Boogeyman. And if you want a good laugh and you have the network, check out Swerved, because they swerved Boogeyman. He was hilarious. Strange Life says, Rollins is so much better than how they package him. Very, very high ceiling. Agreed. Agreed. DC4393 asks, you going October 12th? October 12th, I've got stuff going on. Is WWE in town? I haven't made it out to a live event for WWE in a while. The latest stuff that we've been going to is Indies, and I'm really looking forward to Ring of Honor coming with New Japan in I think it's May 2016. Regulator, she's on it. She's gonna download that for me, and I will have that on the show next week. And speaking of which, we've been listening to these tracks for a little while. Let's mix up the music a little bit. Get something a little different. Throw on a little NXT. Glenn Fisher says, you need to get Sasha Banks' song. That is awesome. I believe the Sasha Banks song is part of this track. So,
does this sound better?
Stick with us. Can you guys hear Intern a little bit better now that she's moved a little closer? There are prizes. Check out Betty Boop's stream, 7:30 p.m. UK. Okay, cool, cool. Thanks for the heads up.
Oh, we're all to Allstate, huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna have to talk to Hank and see if he can get his. Oh wait, that hookup doesn't exist anymore. Pacmo says, "Don't try to offend WWE fans, but you know if it's fake or not."
We're aware.
We're plenty aware that it is.
Although when I was like 12, no, even younger than that, I thought that shit was real.
Oh hell yeah! Well, that's the thing is like you're talking to people that got into it as kids, and we thought that the Undertaker was really a dead man. He was scary as shit, but he was cool. Off topic, so officially random, but the Seahawks are gonna crush your Bears this Sunday. Just saying.
We can't even argue with that.
Dude, I'm watching the Cubs. I'm gonna watch the Cubs game. I ain't even bothering with the Bears game.
I have to watch. I can't help it.
OVW is by me. I got to go there to their shows. They have good talent. I've heard of OVW. Where are they out of? Bloody Cross 88 says PG Sports Entertainment killing younger generation passion. I disagree. I feel like we're in a wrestling renaissance. There's more wrestling on TV than there's ever been. The indies are huge. There's major talent coming to the States. There's major talent coming to the WWE, like from other countries. I think it's really amazing. It's just a matter of getting creative to use them in the appropriate ways. Showtime says Y2J's pop on Sunday was affected because of the fan. You know what though? I didn't pop on Y2J. I did not think that was the right choice. I actually, with Kane coming back, why wasn't Kane the mystery?
That made no sense.
Yeah.
You got this big guy. What's his name? Broman. I'm just teasing.
Anyway. Brown Snowman.
Brown Snowman. Anyway, he's huge. And Reigns can't even do anything about him because he gets choked out. Obviously, you need a big guy, and you get the smallest guy in that ring to come out for him.
Right.
That made no sense.
It was pretty ridiculous.
And then he came out later? No.
It was pretty ridiculous. Sorry, Stigma, but I'm a Cubs lover. Will be for life. For life. Hey, Seahawks are 0-2 too, but I know they're going to kick the Bears' ass this week.
We got injuries, man. There was injuries.
Sky Power says, pissed me off when Kofi went heel, but Kofi is entertaining. He's an entertaining heel, so I don't mind it. If it gets him more screen time, because the boy can wrestle, so like get him out there. That's all I'm asking for. Oh, Strange Life. I think we might need to have another bet because I think the Bears can take the Raiders. We'll talk offline. DC4393. I just think the creative team shits on Ryback. I'm going to call you DC from now on because I ain't going to give you those numbers no more. So, DC, I respectfully disagree with you because the creative team gave Ryback the IC title. And I really don't think he deserved it. He's a big guy, which we know historically Vince likes big guys. But I just don't see it. He's not there. He's not where Cesaro is. He's not where Ziggler is. I could name a ton of guys that are on the roster right now that deserve that IC title before Ryback. Strange Life says, can Jericho please go back to his pants, please? You know what? Like, that doesn't bother me, I guess. His ring gear is fine. His ass cheeks aren't hanging out or anything like that.
Showtime is a Cowboys fan. You got Bloody Cross the Giants. I'm going to keep that information in there.
Oh, intern's taking tabs on y'all. She's going to come down on you guys when your teams lose. Finn Balor entrance at WrestleMania 32 would be epic. Like Stigma said.
Yeah, but...
Yes, yeah, because Finn Balor's entrances for takeovers are amazing. The last one was awesome. I wish they would give him a little bit of freedom like he had in Japan, actually.
Yeah, that was kind of neat. What up from Plainfield?
Plainfield, how you doing?
Do you like Cena versus Rollins? Their matches are very entertaining. They work very well together.
They do.
Some awesome stuff.
They do. They make Ryback's matches 5 minutes. Dumb.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think he can handle much more than that. I see a lot of missteps in Ryback matches. I see a lot of opportunities for guys to get hurt in those matches. Oh, Stigma St. Louis in the house. You a Cardinals fan, huh?
Uh-oh.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll just be quiet because I really ain't got nothing to say. I really don't have, from being from Chicago, I'm a Chicago sports fan. So I'm not a hockey person, but I'll back the Hawks. And I'm not a Sox fan, but I don't hate against them. But Bears and Cubs are number 1 and 2 in my heart when it comes to sports. And I cannot stand the Green Bay Packers. I respect what they do, but I can't stand them. And I feel the same way about the St. Louis Cardinals. Just cannot stand them.
So do you think Cena's next feud? I don't think he needs a feud. He's been doing so good with the open challenge.
I really hope he brings it back.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. I want to see Cena return to doing the U.S. Open Challenge because that gave guys that weren't getting any screen time the chance to shine. Guys like Zack Ryder. Ryder had a phenomenal match with Cena. And now he's down in NXT, which hopefully he'll be back up again. Strange Life says Naomi could beat Ryback.
Probably.
Well, if she gave him the rear view, I wouldn't doubt it. DC says they don't let the wrestlers become their characters. Well, you know what? That's a hard thing. That's a really hard thing because sometimes there's just you got guys that are talented wrestlers who don't have that charisma that they need, and then you got guys that are all charisma and no talent. So they got to find a balance somewhere.
Oh, no Mike Freedom. I agree with that. The script seems
They script a lot of it.
Well,
Yeah.
scripting for some people is perfect.
Some people
They
need
kind
it.
of need it.
Yeah.
And some people are much better off. But when it's scripted, they sound stale. So
Look, I mean,
they need to know their wrestlers better.
and here's the thing, like NXT, they're training the people that they're hiring now in developmental. They're training them. I mean, Dusty Rhodes, one of the best promo men, rest in peace, Dusty, one of the best promo men in the history of wrestling was teaching those kids promos. Now, if you look at some of the promos that Sasha Banks cuts, Sasha Banks knows how to cut a promo. And I think she's just going to get better. Bayley is cute as hell, and she does some cute promos. I think she's going to get better. I think there's going to be development in that area where you're going to see more
I think
more
Emma's very
guys.
good on the mic.
Emma is.
But Dana Brooke.
Oh, she's horrible. She's horrible. Strange Life says, since my Giants are super injured and out, I will root for the Cubbies.
Hashtag LA.
Yes! Got another one. Go Cubs, go. Strange Life, I got an opportunity this evening, thanks to my boss, to go to a meet and greet, and I met Joe Madden, the manager of the Cubs. Cool dude. Cool dude. We're buddies now. We're on a first-name basis.
He hasn't woken up from that dream yet.
I haven't woken up from the dream yet. But very cool dude. We got the, they had this gourmet, like, baseball themed food. It was great. It was a lot of fun. That was just no big deal. No big deal. The Noodles says, I want to see Cena retire. He sucks. Well, Noodles, have you been watching Cena the last year? Because this last run he had, this has probably been the best year of Cena's career. And he's done really well. Showtime says, an incidental nerd with the $9.99 network shout out in Tribe 3 interview.
Yeah, that made me laugh.
You know, man, because it got to be ridiculous.
I know.
It got to be ridiculous. It was just a callback. Regulator says, here's an idea. Why not let wrestlers challenge for the Money in the Bank briefcase? The battles would be epic. I like it. I like it a lot, Regulator. I think that the WWE has some things to learn. Glenn Fisher, if you're on here right now, you're going to pop. The WWE has some things to learn from TNA. They do interesting things. I don't think their talent level is at the same as the WWE. Their production level is definitely not at the same level as the WWE. But they do things that are interesting, and I wish WWE would borrow a little bit, because they have some gimmick matches that WWE could do a few more gimmick matches. They could do. I think they could stand to do some more King of the Ring-esque type things. And why not have Money in the Bank be like a title? It has been on occasion where guys have actually wrestled for the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't see why they can't do that.
You know, they steal stuff from other ideas all the time.
Ring of Honor?
Why can't they do that thing that TNA used to with a bunch of briefcases and some of them were like you're fired?
Feast or Fire.
Yeah.
Feast or Famine, I think it's called.
Yes.
Buried City has more residents than Suplex City. You're damn right. I hope they let Emma wrestle. Yeah, I mean, she's decent. Stigma says, I hate the Cards. I'm rooting for the Cubs in the NL. Yeah! That's right. Yankees fan for life. I'm a traitor. That's all right. You know what? I know a lot of Yankees fans, and I can't blame you because look at what they've done. I mean, they're a phenomenal organization. I don't think they're making it to the World Series this year. I'm just saying. But we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's a cool idea for the Money in the Bank. Make it 24/7 like a hardcore title.
Oh man, I'm begging for a hardcore title again. Although, you know, we went back and we were watching some old hardcore matches, and this one was in WCW, it wasn't in WWE. Funk. Oh my God, Terry Funk! Holy crap, the king of hardcore. This guy, I mean, at one point he just pulled out a car door, like a whole car door, and he was beating it. I can't even remember who it was he was fighting. He was beating the shit out of the guy. Stuck the guy's head in the door, and it was just slamming the door on him. Oh, it was brutal. There was tons of blood. It was pretty kick-ass. I miss the hardcore days. Southside says, what I would give to see Hardy Boys ladder match again. You might get your wish. It seems like WWE is interested, at least in Jeff Hardy, but I say bring back both of them and put them in that tag division. The Governor, Owens should break Honky Tonk Man's record with the IC title. What is Honky Tonk Man's record with the IC title? I know he's the longest reigning IC champion.
But how many days?
Prone Angels. Thanks for joining us. I don't know if you've been on the show before. Says she's the real deal. I'm amazing. She's amazing. That was horrible. Custodian Ray. Where's the other fat fucker at? Henry is off this evening. He put in for the day off and intern obliged. So he's out partying with some family. Regulator Terry Funk in the horse stable. Google it and enjoy. I will do that after the show.
2 months and 27 days.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
2 months?
I'm surprised at that too.
The longest IC title reign was 2 months and 27 days?
Yeah, just under 3 months, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that should really not be a problem at all. Wow. That's surprising. Nick C 2009 said, did you see people saying Punk's UFC first match will be soon? It keeps getting moved back. Originally I heard December, and when Punk gave the last interview I saw that Punk gave, he said December. And then the last I heard it was going to be January. Showtime. Do you think it's a bad idea for Taker Hell in a Cell after Sting match? I don't. I think it was a bad idea before, but you know what? Like, I think Taker knows that it's like he's coming to the end, and he wants to go out with a bang. And if his body allows it, then I say go for it. Regulator hated Honky Tonk Man with a passion. Fuck that guy forever. Off topic. Who else hyped for Star Wars this year? Oh, Stigma. I was wearing a shirt earlier today that had R2-D2, Darth Vader, a Stormtrooper, and the Cubs emblem. Because I'm a huge Star Wars nerd.
Showtime, man. That's hilarious. 1 a.m. tweet to Hank. You drunk? Hashtag war star. Do it.
Love it. I love it, Showtime. You're going to have to remind us. Governor says, but more important, let's pray for Owens with that cursed title. I never thought the IC title was cursed. Can you smell what Prone Angels is cooking? Prone Angels, would that mean an angel that's laying on their back? Can't get up? Custodian Ray, let's see the hot chick there. That's my hot chick.
Onyx, get up there.
That's the hot cat. Stigma, I'm hyped for Star Wars Battlefront. Yes!
454 days? Why did this thing just tell me?
Honky Tonk was 454 days.
I'm gonna Google it again, because...
You do that! I thought that sounded a little off. 454 days.
That's what the Wikipedia said.
That's like a year and a half, like year and a quarter or something like that. Undertaker and Brock can't be their first Hell in a Cell match. No, they had one. Actually, it's one of my favorites. Brock Lesnar took the stairs and rammed it into Undertaker's head, right in his forehead, and the Undertaker continued on the match, but he bled so much, his whole face was red. Anybody remember this? He was pouring blood. There was blood all over everywhere. Brock was covered in it. It was ridiculous.
He is right. 454 days of uninterrupted reign.
Royal Rumble winner. It's hard to say. Because who's going to be around when the Royal Rumble hits? That's what I need to know. Justice Fury says, I have Star Wars images on my PS4 I can send to people. Hit him up. He sends me images all the time. They're pretty cool. Kevin7784 asks, Sting is done. From the sounds of it, he doesn't feel like he's done yet. So we'll see. Is Ray charged with murder? No, he's not. And that was an accident. I don't think he should be held responsible for that. That was just really a horrible thing that happened. Taker had the cast. Taker had the cast on his arm. Was that he had a cast on his arm at the time? ACH and Apollo Crews tag team champions.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
They would be called the Butt Brothers. I know that sounds dirty, but it's not. It's just they got them booties. ACH and Apollo Crews got big old booties.
Ain't nothing wrong with that booty.
I'm just saying, that ass. Regulator says Kane takes. I missed it.
Takes
Brock.
Kane takes Brock and Taker
Down to hell. Fade to black. Nice. I'll take it. Brock
beat the heel. I don't want to see it.
Brock beat the hell out of Taker, and yeah, he sure as hell did. Star Wars, yes please. Ambrose is like on the Ambrose is like, rest in peace Roddy Piper, but Ambrose is like this generation's Roddy Piper. He's that wild man. So he can be a heel and he'll still be loved. He will be loved.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, Lesnar slammed the cell door on his... Oh, okay. All right. I mean, I remember that being a really brutal match, but I mean, this is going back a good long time. There you go, Stigma. Justice Stigma wants some pictures. Send some Star Wars pics Stigma's way.
What do you think of Lucha Underground?
I love Lucha Underground. Lucha Underground is amazing. It's so much fun. Strange Life says, yeah, they do. No homo. They got that ass, man. They do. You can't deny it. I mean, I'm a happily married man. I ain't interested in the same sex. But I'm just saying, they got that ass. It's just there. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. What is that? Broseph Stalin. I like your name. That's pretty funny. What am I doing? Wrestling. Ambrose heel turn imminent. Do you think he turns on Reigns? Because I have a feeling that that's what's going to happen. I think that Ambrose is going to get fed up with Reigns getting knocked out of the ring and like laying flat and leaving him to take a beating, and he's going to turn on him. That's my idea. All right. Governor says Ambrose is more like Brian Pillman than Rowdy.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Rowdy was a straight out bad guy at first, and then people just really liked him.
That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, it's not the same though. It's just not.
You guys should totally do a Star Wars live stream.
Oh no, we're too geeky for that. Man, it would be. We get really apart with how geeky.
Yeah, I don't even want to go to where my geekiness is. So it was No Mercy, 2002 top 3 cell match. Look at Showtime. Knows his stuff. You always come with the info, Showtime. If I ever need a new intern, I'm looking your way.
You can go ahead, man. I can just go to sleep.
How did you like Paige's heel turn? I liked it. I think I saw it coming. I called it as they were walking to the ring. But I enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to Paige and Charlotte having some good matches. Strange Life says, can you see a day where the Wyatt family has all the WWE gold? No, I don't. I could see them being like having the tag championships and like the U.S. title or IC, but I don't see it. I don't see all the gold. I mean, that would be redunculous. It would be something new, though. I wouldn't be against it.
Bye, DC. Thanks for joining. See you next week.
Thanks for joining, and we will see you. Bloody Cross 88 says, will Silas Young become one of Castle's boys?
He is, but I can't wait to see how that really.
Yeah, didn't he lost the match? I think, right?
At the pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, so I think he's supposed to be.
Yeah, I want to see. Are they gonna make him dress up? Oh man.
Oh, it's gonna be ridiculous. Oh my god. Castle is awesome. Like, he's doing something like so different. That it's so different than anything I've ever seen before in wrestling. You don't agree?
No, but he's pretty.
He's halfway there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a really good villain.
Pro and Angel said we all did. Charlotte is overrated, Broseph Stalin says. I disagree. I think Charlotte gets that because she is who she is, but everything you hear from the women that she's wrestling, and like everybody has the utmost respect for her, and it has nothing to do with her dad. It just has to do with the fact that she's super freaking talented.
Yeah, she is. I really enjoy watching her wrestling. She's very good. She might probably need a little more mic skills, but her wrestling is.
She does need some work on the mic. Yeah. Southside G94 says Sting needs to swing into the ring one last time. Oh, God forbid anything happen to him, though.
No, I don't want to see that. I think my heart skipped a beat when I was like, oh my god, why is he on the floor? Is it okay?
Yes. Or when I saw the announcement for Lucha Underground Season 2.
Yeah.
C.
Moose is going to do next in ROH?
Swarm, what's going on? No, Hank is not dead. He's just not here. Good Lord. Well, I guess because we have him represented in photo form, and we usually do that for our dearly departed.
Yeah, I guess it does kind of seem
Yeah,
like.
no. We just like to have him with us. Governor, I am not familiar with Zack Sabre Jr. Regulator says, remember when Rusev was unbeatable? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Shit, I forgot that ad campaign, but I remember now. Strange Life says, breaking news, Hank 312 twerking downtown Chicago. And he's doing it on Periscope! No, just kidding. Governor, also Adam Cole, Bebe in WWE would be awesome. Adam Cole he's a good wrestler. But you know, I'd like to see the talent pool kind of like spread around. Like let Ring of Honor have some of that talent. Like let them. I would love to see Ring of Honor challenge WWE because it would light a fire under their asses like WCW did. Sting old, now broken. We'll see. Broseph Stalin says Finn is the next Jeff Hardy. Let's hope it doesn't end the way that Jeff Hardy's WWE career ended. I'd like to see Jeff Hardy back in the WWE eventually. Maybe soon. Because he just got fired by ECW, right? By EC3, not ECW. EC3 fired him.
Out of their little pack thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's building up to a match.
Yeah, I suppose.
But they don't have much longer, till December?
I think so.
Anyway, for TNA?
Yeah, Fisher, you still in here? You got any TNA information for us? I know you're the man for that. Let's get some new music going.
I haven't heard anything on ROH if they're going to take them off a Destination America channel or not. I know they're going to take off TNA.
Sup, Hank. Love the show. Top 3 superstars and divas of all time. I'm not Hank. I'm Incidental Nerd. But thank you. Top 3 superstars and divas of all time. Are you asking 3 and 3, or you just want the top 3? Because I'll give you CM Punk, Undertaker, and Lita, so that I have a diva in there. Ring of Honor I haven't watched in 2 years. I hadn't been watching, and I have been watching, and they have that's some serious wrestling going on there. Is Eric Rowan hurt, or is he done? I think he's still hurt. Yes, Nick C., I would love to see Jeff back with Matt, and drug-free would be phenomenal. Let's see what we got here. We'll give intern a little something something.
What is regular or Hank now, or what?
Regulator said I would like to see Noelle Foley doing anything in nothing. So would Hank. So would Hank. She is a very beautiful young lady. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know, us Noelle's gotta stick together, even though I'm Noel.
AJ Styles become the new ROH World Champion. I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I would too, because...
I mean, I'm really liking... What's his name? Doing his thing right now.
Lethal?
Yeah, I still like that, but I would like Styles to do.
But could you imagine, like, a string of matches between Lethal and AJ Styles? I mean, I know it's happened. I know it's happened, but, I mean, now would be... That would be... Pardon the pun, it would be phenomenal.
I suppose this will lose one belt by now.
Pro and Angel says top 3 pay-per-view events. I mean, that's tough to call. I'd have to do some research to remember the years and all of that. Off the top of my head, number 1, WrestleMania 3 is always going to be near and dear to my heart. The pay-per-view that had the very first tables, ladders, and chairs, that's always going to be near and dear to my heart, too. I can't think of another one off the top of my head, but I'll throw in, it was one of the Manias, probably the second Mania that Undertaker and Shawn Michaels fought. That was a classic. Why is Cesaro a jobber now? Because he hasn't reached for the brass ring. I don't know, because Cesaro is awesome, and he's completely over now. So I don't know what they're waiting for. I'm hoping that he's going to have either the US or an IC title run at some point. Angle at Rumble? I don't think so. I don't think so. It doesn't seem like the WWE really is interested in bringing Angle back. Do you think Taker will have a heart attack? I sure as hell hope not, man. It is a worry. I mean, he's an older dude. I'm worried about Sting, and every time I see Ric Flair get all worked up, I worry about him too. My brother from another mother! Fred, how are you doing this evening? How's Dreamwave doing? Justice Fury, welcome back. Regulator says, now I feel like Cactus Jack is gonna crash through my door and kick my ass. How awesome would that be? Regulator, tell me you wouldn't take a beating from Cactus Jack just to say that you did. Because I think I would. I'd be complaining about it the whole damn time. But then I'd be able to say I had my ass beat by Cactus Jack. Rosef Stalin says Starcade 97. See, WCW is not my thing. I need to go back. We've been talking about it for a while. I have been Throwback Thursdays and watching some older events that I missed out on. Because I was purely a WWE guy during the Attitude Era and before. Just because of the fact that WWE was available to me and WCW wasn't. Thank you very much, Prone Angels. I do want to put up, earlier in the show, I put up one of the images for our giveaway, and I do want to put up the second image, just so you guys have a little familiarity with it. Some of you guys have already gone on our Facebook and sent your captions, but this is the picture that you need to caption if you're interested in winning the Daniel Bryan Elite figure that we're going to have to completely tear out of Hank 312's hands to get it into the mailbox. But if you go on our Facebook or our Twitter and caption the picture that you see in front of you, and you're the best caption, you will win the Daniel Bryan figure, thanks to our homies at Tribe 3 Productions. And that's all I've got to say about that. What did I miss? Because of what happened to Sting, should older wrestlers stop? I don't think so. I mean, it was a fluky thing that happened to Sting. He's one of the oldest guys doing it. Like, Flair's not wrestling anymore. Sting is 57 years old. He's just in great shape. So to say that they have to stop because of their age, I mean, if they're in good shape and they've been training for it, I think they can keep going for a while. They just got to spread it out more, like the Undertaker kind of does. Regulator says you sold out twice. Regulator, bro, I did not sell out twice. I have bought in. Strange Life said I'm used to the illegal cable box back in the day. Watched all the WWF, ECW, WCW. Man, I wish we had that. I didn't get one of those ever until I was like in my 20s. And then I was just in heaven. That was awesome for all of the wrestling. Jeff Hardy fan says first TLC match SummerSlam 2000. Yeah, that was something to see, man. That was amazing. Kenneth Ray, sometimes I think that too. I missed Kenneth Ray's comment, so if you want to repost that so we can check it out. Governor, who would win, Leatherface or Chainsaw Charlie.
Leatherface? I'll go with that.
Who's Chainsaw Charlie? I don't know. Can you just tell me who Chainsaw Charlie is?
Oh, you gotta see this guy.
I can look it up. Pardon me while I look up Chainsaw Charlie.
I love this guy.
Now I'm thinking of the frickin'...
Oh, it's coming, Terry Funk's.
Oh, really? It's one of Terry Funk's personas? Oh! Frickin' Chainsaw Charlie all the way!
I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. Terry Funk.
The hardest of the hardcores.
Rose of Stalin, you may not be missing Edge much longer. We hear that Edge is obviously not coming back to wrestle, but he is coming back to the WWE in some way, shape, or form. What do we got here? Hardys versus Edge and Christian. Best matches. Best matches till Dudley's? Oh man, those Dudley's, Edge and Christian and Hardy matches were classics. Fred, I missed your dream. There's something about Dreamwave there that I missed. Yes, sir. Funk was Charlie, and I'll take him any day of the week in a hardcore match. Weirder wrestling persona, Goldust or Adrian Adonis? I gotta go with Adrian Adonis. That was a very odd gimmick. Strange Life said Chainsaw Charlie, Terry Funk, would come out with a chainsaw and terrorize people with a nylon on his head.
Yeah, or sometimes he had a mask with a strap around it.
Gotcha. Leatherface is on the Mount Rushmore of horror. I think you would have to go Leatherface, Freddy, Jason, and Michael Myers. I hate to leave Pinhead off. Pinhead, right? But that's the four I would go with. Oh, Kenneth Ray says Edge with the Authority. Oh, that would not be good. Rose of Stalin. Edge can't wrestle anymore. His neck is messed up. That's why he retired. So I mean, it's unfortunate.
So they want to bring him back in a capacity where they can still exhibit his Edge character. So I'm not really sure what that means.
Yeah.
Be able to wrestle.
We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully Daniel Bryan doesn't get the same treatment. It's a possibility. I bloody love Goldie. Prone Angels, are you from overseas? Are you from the UK? I love tossing in the bloody. I love it. I absolutely love it. Bloody for emphasis. It's great. Are we talking about Goldust? Which I recently found out, Goldust's last run in WWE, he looked great. Like, he was in great shape. He was doing stuff that I don't think he did earlier in his career. And I found out it was, in a large part, thanks to DDP Yoga. There's a ton of wrestlers on that program now. And it's keeping guys pretty loose, which is pretty good. What do we got here? Adonis was like Gorgeous George. It took balls to pull those characters off.
Adonis, isn't he the one that's
He was in.
He wore makeup sometimes every now and then?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Adrian Adonis had the hair versus hair match that Beefcake shaved his head.
Oh, yes. Okay.
But who was that against? Somebody help me out there, because it wasn't Beefcake. Beefcake came to the ring to do the cut, and that's how he became Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Somebody help me out here. Who was that match against? Graves' retirement stunned me. Was hoping it was yeah. Too many concussions. Besides Ricky Steamboat, Angelina Love, and her husband. Something about Dreamwave, I'm pretty sure. There. Does Sting wrestle again? I think he will. I really do think he will. What is Dolph constantly stealing? Why is he stealing everyone's girls? Because he's just that damn good. I hope Goldust comes back. I think he's officially retired. Although I did read something today, not about Goldust, but about Cody Rhodes, and I'm not talking about Stardust. Apparently, Cody Rhodes is going to present the Dusty Rhodes Memorial, like the trophy, as Cody Rhodes, which I think is pretty cool. He's going to do it in honor of his dad. The regulators, they were flamboyant. Carolina Storm, yo, what's up to you? How are you doing on this fine Friday night? It's still Friday night, right?
1 minute.
For one more minute? Woo! Which, for any of our regulars, y'all need to sign into Twitter right now, because even though Hank312 couldn't make it, it is time to get on the Twitter and send out our favorite tweet of the week, which is at Noel Foley. You up? Question mark. Hashtag WTAR. Regulator said it's been an hour. Time to remind you the Seahawks destroying the Bears on Sunday. Oh, I haven't forgotten. I have not forgotten. I don't see you going on Twitter. Go on Twitter. Get on the Twitter.
I'm going, dude.
And don't forget the hashtag WTAR.
Strangely says, I heard no more red arrow for Neville. I didn't hear that.
Really?
Huh.
Did he hurt himself? Wild Aces Sting was seriously injured in that match. WWE needs some balls Mahoney. Thank you, Carolina Storm. You're awesome. Let me just do a quick little check. I'm checking up on y'all. I want to see who is tweeting out with the hashtag WTAR. And lo and behold, what do I get here? Me. I get me. Ah, we got Fred. Fred, you're always participating. Anybody else? I'd like to see some more participation out of y'all. All right. Maka4294 says, yo, what's going on? The show is going on right now. I've been through my notes. I have. Regulator says, my childhood wrestling sadness. Macho Man crushing Steamboat's windpipe with the ring bell. I cried.
Oh, man, that's devastating.
But, man, Regulator, Macho Man versus Steamboat at WrestleMania 3 still is one of the greatest matches of all time.
My childhood, I'm sure you guys heard before, is my all-time favorite wrestler when I was a kid was Tatanka. And when he sold out to Ted DiBiase, I was devastated.
She wasn't.
Hurt.
She is still.
I'm still hurt.
She's still hurt about it. She's still hurt about it.
Feelings are real.
Carolina Storm says Cesaro or Cena. I'll tell you what. If I'm starting a brand new wrestling promotion and I had to pick between the two, I would take Cesaro. I would make him my champ. That's just me. Is Kane the next champion? I think he deserves another title run before he retires, so I'd like to see that. Governor, what comedy character you miss? I liked Big Dick Johnson. Comedy character. I miss Santino. Man, I liked Santino. I thought he was hilarious. And the thing that Santino had going on with Emma, I enjoyed that a lot. Balls and Bull Dempsey tag. Bull Bull balls, bull balls. I'm like, why is he spelling it all like that? Then I realized he's trying to get it through. Abyss, Tommy Dreamer, and Zach Gowen showed up. At the last Dreamwave? Get the F out. Thank you, Bloody Cross. That's awesome. Yeah, man, that was some serious stuff. Tatanka selling out. That was rough stuff. No tears, but Then
it was like maybe about 2 months later, he does a face turn, and I just couldn't.
You're like, no.
I couldn't.
No, Tatanka, no.
No,
there's no going back. Oh, Lord. WWE CM Punks. Hi, how you doing? Wish it was the real Punk, because I had an opportunity to meet Punk several months ago, and I marked out so hard, and I really couldn't say much to him. And I would love the opportunity to talk to him again, because I'm a huge CM Punk mark. What do I got here? We got tweets going out. Oh, Fred, I would love to post some pics on our Facebook page, man. Feel free to throw some pictures from Dreamwave up on our Facebook page and talk about Dreamwave all you want, because we enjoyed it. We enjoyed it quite a bit. If it was closer, we would make it to every show. And anybody who's in the Chicagoland area, in LaSalle, Illinois, there's a promotion called Dreamwave that's doing some great things. A couple of their guys are in NXT now. That's Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. They're doing good things in NXT. I hope they stick around. What do we got here? Strange Life says, I'm chilling in the cut like a Band-Aid. I think we've listened to Sexy Boy a bunch of times now. So let's get some new music on here. This is, I think Hank said that this is our music officially now, since this guy's not using it anymore. So we can listen to this a bit. Blow up the John Cena doll. Well, this is one of our giveaways. So if you win the contest, you could, I mean, I wouldn't, but you could blow up this John Cena doll if you'd like. And how do you win that John Cena doll, you ask? Well, you like Tribe 3 Productions on Facebook, you like Wrestling Talk and Randomness on Facebook, and then you will find a couple of images on our Facebook page that you can caption. The best caption is going to win, and we'll announce a winner next week when we're at full strength with both Hank 312 and Incidental Nerd. Regulator says, I'm going crazy. Please close the Sexy Boy track or I call Kate. Nice. Alright, sorry. You know, I get lost in it sometimes because I am such a sexy boy. New Day sucks. I could see where New Day could get annoying to some people. I'm enjoying what they're doing right now. I mean, I think they're really entertaining. Carolina Storm asks, Paige or Lita? Lita's always going to be my all-time favorite diva. But I think Paige is probably my favorite diva in the WWE right now. I think she's super talented. I think she has a high ceiling as well. And, you know, I think that's cool. I need to think of better captions so I can get Cena for my nephew. Do it up. Incognito user. Thanks very much. Thanks for the count. Nick C. I got Punk 434 picture that limited signed by Punk and Heyman. Nice. Very nice. I have Punk's issue of Thor, the Thor annual that he wrote a story in. I have that signed, and it's hanging up in my office. This shirt right here, it's pretty badass. I think you can get it on WrestlingTees.com, but I got this one out of a WrestleCrate, which is also not a sponsor, but a company that we just really like.
Speaking of which, we should be getting the next one real soon.
That's right, we should. They'll be, and we do our WrestleCrate unboxings on the show, so you'll see what we get.
Yeah, hopefully next week we'll have it.
Regulator says, yes, I hate New Day too. Not as much as Honky Tonk Man, but close. Governor said, I called the cops when Cena no-sold the Frog Splash. That's some serious reaction there. Looky, Twitter. Man, I know that you've been blowing me up on Twitter. I'm trying to pay attention to the stream, but I'll check it out. What do we got here? Don't mind me. I'm just going on the Twitter now for a second or two. Here we go. Photos. Yeah, there's Dreamer. There's Abyss. Is that a Bischoff picture? No, that's that. I'm sorry. I just saw the white hair. That's Rickety Dragons. Man, I'm sorry I missed that. Steamboat's one of my all-time favorites. I'm really sorry I missed that. Where's RVD? My guess is he's either in Colorado or Oregon or Washington because homeboy likes to smoke some weed. Justice Fury says Lita forever, but Paige is funny. Alright, I'm in agreement, I suppose. Untamed Animal, Bailey, Banks, Becky, best divas. You not gonna throw Charlotte in there? Because I think Charlotte's probably technically got all three of them. She's definitely technically better than Becky. She's technically better than Bailey, and Sasha Banks is going to give her a run for her money, but I think she's even technically better than her. She's probably the most sound technical female wrestler that they have in the company right now. Play Stone Cold's walkout song. Now all of a sudden I'm getting requests. I know I have it in here, but it's in like a compilation, so we'll have to work our way to it.
Do you think that Charlotte's even better technically than Natty?
I think she gives Natty a run for her money, and I know they've had matches in the past. I want to see more out of that because I really feel like Natty has not had an opportunity to show what she can do against someone who is really a good wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with Lesnar. I think there's some Stone Cold in there. Can we get a soft for Hank? Oh, look, it's Hank 312. Thanks for joining the show that you're supposed to be on. But I'm not going to give you a soft, brother, because you deserve a night off. You work hard, and you make this show what it is. So, though I miss you, I ain't going to give you a soft. Untamed Animal, best match for 2015, Seth Rollins versus Jay Lethal. Oh, man, that would be a good match for sure. Paige, Nikki, and Naomi versus Lita, Trish, and Chyna. Who will win? Lita, Trish, and Chyna. Plain and simple. Mr. Showtime wants to know, Hank, you drunk? Prone Angel says, Ava Marie. I can't finish that. I'm sorry. I know you're being funny, but those words cannot come out of my mouth. They just can't. If you guys want to read the screen and see what Prone Angel said, you're happy to be willing, go for it. But I'm not saying that. That's where I draw the line. That's where I draw the line in turn.
I'm sorry, it just came right up. It just came up.
You know you ain't right for saying that, Prone Angels. Hank, I miss you, brother. Miss you. And so does Tribe 3. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man. It'll be great to have you back in this seat right here. Your pillows miss you, Hank. Look at they're all alone. They're all spread out on the couch.
Even Onyx is upset.
Even Catface is pissed that you're not here. I told him that you weren't here. He ran in the other room and he cried for an hour. Anyways, what else we got, folks? You know what we should do since Hank has joined us? We should just end the show. Southside G94, get the tables! Gambit said, I wanted a match with RVD and ECW, but didn't have the what? Oh, Fred, I couldn't agree with you more. That podcast, Jericho's podcast with Sasha Banks, was awesome. I highly encourage all of you to listen to it. If you don't like Sasha Banks or you think she's ratchet, after that podcast, you will like her and you will not think she's ratchet or rat shit, for that matter. Noelle Foley missed you, Hank. Yeah, she was here. You missed it, Hank. Noelle Foley was sitting right here on the couch, like 20 minutes before you signed in. Money for training with Shane Douglas. So you had aspirations of being a wrestler, Gambit. That's cool. Triple H versus Bobby Roode. That's it. That's an interesting. That's interesting. They're very similar. I've never put that together before, but they're very similar. Strange Life says, do you think after you lose a title, do they give you one for your mantle or something? I'm almost positive because a lot of the guys that I've seen, like they've shown images of The Rock's house and Hogan's house and a lot of the guys that have held titles, and they have titles. Like I remember, I think it was an image of Mick Foley. He has his titles in a closet, like just stuffed in a closet, not shown or anything. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they do get a belt to keep. Untamed Animal. Who do you think is going to move up next in NXT?
Word is it's supposed to be Enzo and Big Cass.
I don't think Enzo and Big Cass are ready yet. I mean, on the mic, for sure. But I think you move them up into a already pretty deep tag division, and they might get lost the way the Ascension did.
But they did say that they wanted to pull up what's his name by the end of 2015.
Yeah, there was discussion of Tyler Breeze.
That's right.
Yeah. Tribe 3 Productions in the house. How you guys doing? Tell me why RVD's style is so similar. I missed that one.
I haven't gotten to it yet.
BKG 420666 says you can have a good one made for around 10,000 for a basic. I was looking into because I would love to have a WTAR title belt, and I mean we're not talking gold and diamond and all that shit, but you can have one made for like a couple $100 that looks pretty decent.
He said, tell me why RVD style is so similar to Japanese women.
I haven't seen any Japanese women matches, so I can't say. Fred, Snoop is her cousin, but pretty close. Strange Life says, do you like the Vaudevillains as champs? I like the Vaudevillains. I look at their gimmick and I don't see it ever going to the main roster.
I really like their gimmick, and I do like them as champs. They deserve it. Brock
Lesnar versus Bobby. Oh. That's a dream. That's a dream match. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
That would be good. Untamed Animal says Tyler or Balor. Balor. I think Balor's going to stick around a little longer than Tyler does. The Governor says I like Ty Dillinger, but he would never get it. No, he would never get a chance. He would be mid card forever. Do you figure Hank is going Abdullah the Butcher on that midnight buffet? I don't know, Hank, you're on here, are you? Prone Angel says, Blue Pants! Do you watch OSW online? I do not. Is it worth watching? Untamed Animal says, Japanese women matches are awesome, hard-hitting. I've heard that they're strong style, which is why I'm really looking forward to Kana and her matches in NXT. I like that they're bringing some more hardcore women wrestlers in. They brought in Crazy Mary. She had a match on NXT I think 2 weeks ago. So I'm hoping that they continue in the direction they're going, and they put the emphasis on the wrestling and not on the diva anymore. What do you think of Dash and Wilder? I've only seen a couple. They're a tag team in NXT. I've seen a few of their matches. I mean,
Singlets, right?
no, that's
Oh, Black Dance and the Bald Head.
Yeah, okay. yeah. They look decent. There's something that's got to happen with them for them to ever get a push, though. WCW jobber Disco Inferno said Owens and Zayn are not a draw. Well, Zayn was a draw in NXT for sure. It's to be seen. I think that they can be. It's a matter of really giving them the right storylines. Did you see French wrestling? Can't say that I have.
Wouldn't mind checking it out either.
Did you? I hear Samoa Joe stays on NXT as a what are they called? A talent
enhancer.
A talent enhancer. I would be really disappointed if that's what was going to go on, because he deserves a good run. I think that before Samoa Joe retires or leaves WWE, he deserves to be the champion in the WWE. Dawson and Wilder, great finish. I'll have to pay more attention to their matches. OSW review is 3 Irish guys talking about old pay-per-views synced with vid. Ah, okay. That sounds like it could be fun. Everyone just start hashtagging Lesnar versus Lashley. Do it, and then hashtag with WTR. Samoa Joe versus Roman. I'd go for it. That would be a hard-hitting match. What do we got here? Who's going to get the NXT title first? Apollo Crews or Tyler? Oof. Well, if the plan is to move Tyler up soon, he might not get that title. Original Blacksmum. Why couldn't Billy Gunn break the glass ceiling? I don't know.
He was decent on the mic. I think he was a decent wrestler. I think maybe gimmick helped him out.
Maybe. I want to say
like that, even though he's entertaining, and you can't take it seriously.
But the thing too is like, is it possible that being a part of DX held him back?
Could be.
Because when you're in a group with Shawn Michaels and Triple H, you're easily the third And then when China was with DX, you're the fourth, member when you're going down that list. And he may have been held back by association, honestly. He never really had a good, strong singles run either. I know he had the Ass Man gimmick and...
No, but then that's
yeah. Strange Life said, it would be nice for Owens and Joe to feud again. I'd be down for that. I would definitely be down. But you got to bring Joe up for that, right? Regulator says, why do people believe that rolling over reverses a figure 4 leg lock? It doesn't. I don't know. I've often thought that myself. A lot of the reversals for submission holds don't look like they do much. Mad Hat TV says Tyler will flounder in WWE. His gimmick won't get over at all. I absolutely agree with you. I actually think he needs a rework before he goes to the main roster. Justice Fury says Lesnar versus Lashley. I'm in for that. Would be so cool. Absolutely. I mean, that would be. I said Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe would be hard hitting. I mean, that would be the ultimate hard hitting match. So, it is 12:25 Chicago Standard Time, and it's getting a little bit long in the evening. So, those of you who have been with us for a good long time know that we always finish the show by listening to the Roman Reigns theme song with lyrics, because it just tickles us. So I'm going to pop that on as we do our closing. If you haven't heard this, you need to. I want to thank everybody for joining me this evening. It's been quite pleasurable. Miss you very much, Hank. Thanks, intern, for all your contributions this evening. Want to throw a big shout out to Tribe 3 Productions. Don't forget about the Elite Figure giveaway that we're doing on Facebook and Twitter. So check us out there. And you can, as always, you can follow me at Incidental Nerd on Twitter, and Hank312 on Twitter as well. That's Hank right here with his future father-in-law, Mick Foley. Fred, thanks for joining us. Everybody that joined this evening, thanks very much. I hope to see you back next week when we're full strength for episode 34 of Wrestling Talk and Randomness. Until then, have some great wrestling. I'm trying to do something here. It's not working. I wish I could edit out this last part of the show when I'm closing down.